Dear viewers, on the coldest night of the year, while golden lights glowed from warm houses and laughter filled the streets, a small barefoot girl walked alone through the snow. In her trembling hands, she held only a few matches, her last hope against the biting winter wind. No one knew her name. No one stopped to see the sadness in her eyes. But that night, under the silent falling snow, a single match would light more than just a flame. It would reveal a story the world would never forget. The story begins like this. Once upon a time, when snow starts to fall, a silent curtain on the old town square, its cobblestone streets disappearing under a thick, white blanket. Gas lamps cast an ethereal glow, stretching long shadows from festive decorations strung between tall, narrow houses. Muffled laughter and lively music escape from behind closed windows, a stark contrast to the cold outside. A little girl, barefoot, shivers as she walks through the square, her small frame a shadow outlined against the snow. Her red hands clutch a bundle of matches, a fragile warmth against the biting cold. In the heart of winter's embrace, her determined steps echo softly on the frosted stone. On a busy town street, a little girl shuffles, her small frame swallowed by towering buildings and a bustling crowd. Her voice, a fragile whisper against the wind, barely cuts through the noise as she asks,
Match, sir, match, madam?
Bare feet, tinged blue from the biting cold, shuffle along the rough pavement, tiny red cracks marring their surface. Faces turn away, people hurry past, lost in their worlds, ignoring her desperate pleas. Warm light spills from a cozy house, illuminating a festive family dinner. A roast goose gleams under the light centerpiece of a joyous family feast. Laughter rings out as children tear into brightly wrapped presents. From the cold outside, a little girl peers in, her eyes wide with longing. Her face is pressed against the glass, a silent observer of the warmth within. The joyous scene inside contrasts sharply with her solitary, sad soul. Night descends on a street corner as a little girl seeks refuge between two houses, a fragile figure against the encroaching cold. She huddles, her thin dress offering little protection from the biting wind that whips around her. Her small hands clutch at the worn fabric, a futile attempt to ward off the growing numbness. In the dim light, her eyes reflect a deep, unsettling vulnerability. A stark street corner. The little girl's small frame is sitting against the cold brick. With a sudden, desperate motion, she strikes a match against the rough brick wall. First, the sound pierces the silence, a tiny act of defense in her loneliness. A fragile flame erupts, casting a flicker of light on her hopeful, upturned face. The flame dances carefully, a small hope of warmth against the encroaching darkness. While watching the flame, she starts dreaming. An iron stove glows red hot, radiating intense heat in the room. A little girl reaches towards the stove, drawn to its warmth. Her face is tilted up, eyes closed, as she basks in the radiant glow. Heat waves shimmer, distorting the air around the fiery stove. The sound of crackling fire fills the room, a comforting sound. She soaks in the heat, lost in the moment. On a dim street corner, a match flares, briefly illuminating a little girl's face etched with fleeting visions. The match sputters out, plunging her back into darkness, the visions disappearing as quickly as they came. She shivers, the cold now increases, biting deeper after the match's brief warmth has faded away. Alone, she wraps her arms around herself, like a shadow against the harsh, unforgiving night. At a deserted street corner, a lone figure stands shrouded in shadow, the city lights casting long, eerie shadows around her. The brief flare of a match illuminates her face, revealing a mixture of determination and despair etched into her features. She shields the fragile flame with a trembling hand against the unseen wind. Another match flares, briefly piercing the darkness before being extinguished, leaving her in deeper shadow than before. White cloth gleams, silver shines softly. Suddenly, the roast goose rises from its platter, its eyes twinkling with mischievous intent. The goose waddles forward, an absurd yet captivating sight in the otherwise elegant dining room. The impossible creature defies expectations, blurring the line between reality and whimsical fantasy. The match sputters out, and the street corner is plunged back into darkness, shadows reclaiming every inch. The goose she clutched disappears as if it were a figment of a dream, fading into the night. The little girl's stomach rumbles, a painful reminder of hunger in the overwhelming darkness. A deep, obvious sound echoes in the silence, emphasizing her desperate need. She stands alone, a small figure swallowed by the vast, indifferent night. On a deserted street corner, shadows deepen, obscuring the edges of the world. A lone figure huddles, a silhouette against the dim cityscape. The rasp of a match striking breaks the silence. A tiny flame flares, painting her face with fleeting light. Briefly, her features are revealed, etched with untold stories. Then, darkness returns, swallowing her in its embrace once more. She again started dreaming. An immense Christmas tree dominates the imagined living room, ablaze with the soft glow of countless candles. Ornaments shimmer like captured starlight, each reflecting a tiny fragment of the room's warm light. The air is thick with anticipation, a silent promise of wonder hanging in the festive space. A little girl, eyes wide with innocent awe, gazes upon the spectacle before her. Her small hand reaches out, drawn by an irresistible allure, towards a golden angel. The angel, perched high on the tree, seems to take her into a world of dreams and holiday magic. A lone match flickers, its flame dancing against the cold night air before being swallowed by darkness. Christmas tree lights ignite, casting a warm glow on the street corner, piercing the night. The lights increases, transforming into a scattering of stars. The night sky blazes with newfound constellations, blurring the line between festive lights and celestial wonders. A vast, endless night sky stretches out, the darkness punctuated by the faint glimmer of distant stars. Suddenly, a star tears through the inky blackness, a fleeting streak of brilliant light. The falling star blazes, a brief, intense spark against the eternal canvas of the cosmos. Its radiant trail fades, leaving a memory of fire in the silent areas. The universe whispers secrets of cosmic events. The stars fall a fleeting moment. The street corner is quiet, bathed in a soft, ambient glow. The air hangs still, heavy with an unseen presence. A little girl stands silently, her eyes wide, her brow furrows slightly, a whisper escaping her lips. "Someone has died," she whispers, her voice barely audible. Her grandmother's words echo in the stillness of the night. At a desolate street corner, Her hands tremble violently as she fumbles with a matchbox. The tiny flame sputters to life, casting a fleeting glow on her anxious face. She shields the fragile light, her eyes darting nervously around the dark surroundings. The match flares brighter, momentarily illuminating the empty, dark street. In an ethereal space, soft light embraces grandmother, her presence a light of warmth and love. Her face radiates kindness, a gentle smile gracing her lips. The scene glows with an otherworldly affection. A vision of pure, unconditional love unfolds. Bathed in light, grandmother embodies serenity. A street corner, bathed in an ethereal glow, becomes the stage for a heart-wrenching scene. A little girl, her small hand outstretched in desperate longing. Her voice, a fragile thread of innocence, pierces the air. She cries,
"Grandmother, take me with you. Don't leave me when the light goes out."
At a desolate street corner, shadows dance in the dim light. Her hands tremble as she strikes a match. She frantically ignites the remaining matches. Each spark is a fleeting hope against the encroaching darkness, a desperate attempt to ward off the unavoidable. Flames erupt, burning brighter than the sun, casting an ethereal glow on the tranquil town below. A tender embrace between grandmother and granddaughter, a bond unbreakable even in this radiant inferno. United, they begin to ascend, their forms outlined against the backdrop of blazing light. Soaring higher, they rise above the familiar rooftops, leaving behind the earthly realm. Ascending into the imagined heaven, they are silhouetted against the radiant flames, their journey eternal. Ascending beyond the earthly realm, she met her father, and they leave behind shadows and sorrow, rising toward an ethereal glow. The air grows warmer, lighter as they climb higher, a sense of profound peace beginning to settle over them. A world of radiant light unfolds, promising eternal love and serenity, a haven far removed from earthly world. They are embraced by an infinite areas, a world where time ceases to exist and joy knows no bounds. Next morning, the sun ascends, painting the snow-blanketed streets with a gentle, pale light. A hush falls over the town, the air crisp and cold. Chimneys exhale smoke, signaling the start of a new day. Footprints begin to dot the fresh snow, a sign of the stirring townspeople. The promise of a fresh morning hangs in the air, a blanket of tranquility over the winter landscape. Townspeople huddle on a frigid street corner, their breath misting in the air, a silent tableau of concern etched on their faces. Against the cold brick, the little girl slumps motionless, an unnatural rose tint burning on her cheeks. A serene smile graces her lips, a peaceful contrast to the stark reality of the scene. Scattered burnt matches lay around her, their blackened heads whispering a silent, untold story of warmth and fading light. The town stands still, cloaked in sorrow. Faces etched with loss, the townspeople gather, a somber tableau against the familiar streets. Heads shake in disbelief, whispers carrying on the wind.
Poor child.
Eyes glisten with unshed tears, reflecting the bleakness of the day and the weight of their shared grief. A collective shiver runs through the crowd, a silent acknowledgement of the girl's final moments.
She must have been so cold.
Mournful murmurs blend with the rustle of leaves, a remembrance for innocence lost, echoing through the desolate town. Her final moments, filled with personal discovery, pass unnoticed, a touching contrast to the world's noisy indifference.